Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and tonight, as part of our mystery month here on the channel, I'm going to be talking about the movie Amsterdam. Before I get started, I want to remind you guys, go ahead and hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and follow us on Twitch. Excuse me, follow us on Twitch. Uh, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And remember, the pod is tomorrow. Pod is on Thursdays over on Twitch. So make sure you guys tune into that. It's me and a couple of my friends. We all get together. We laugh. We sing. We cry. We joke around. No, we don't really cry, but sometimes we sing. But we do a lot of laughing. We do a lot of joking around. So make sure you guys tune in for that. So, uh, like I already said, it's Mystery Month here on the channel. And the last review I did a review of Velma over on Instagram. Make sure you guys check that out. Velma, the new TV series on HBO Max. And before that, though, I did a little film known as Glass Onion. So, and that's the Knives Out sequel. But this here movie I'm talking about tonight, Amsterdam, it's a movie that I really wanted to see for since I heard about it, right? Since I saw the first trailer. Reason being is because this movie has an all-star cast. When I say all-star, I mean this movie is jam-packed with nearly every actor that you could probably think of, right? So this movie has so many people in there. I'm gonna go through the cast first, and you'll kind of see why I was excited about this movie when I first heard about it. So this movie features are you ready? Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Chris Rock, Anya Taylor-Joy, Zoe Saldana, Mike Myers, Michael Shannon, Timothy Oliphant, Andrea Riseborough, Taylor Swift, Matthias, I can't say that last name, Sandro Nivola, Rami Malek, and Robert De Niro. That's right. I said so many names, right? And excuse me to the one name I could not say. I'm not good with pronunciations, y'all. Uh, Shonyarts. Yeah, but anyway, y'all heard all these names I said, right? I mean, I've said again, like this got so many people in there. Like Chris, I'm gonna say it again. Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Alessandro Nivola, Andrea Riseborough, Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Rock, Matthias Schoenaerts, excuse me if I mispronounced the name, Michael Shannon, Mike Myers, Taylor Swift, Timothy Oliphant, Zoe Saldana, Robert Malik, Robert De Niro. Like, come on. That's such a stat cast right there, yo. I was like, yo, this got mad people in it. And it's a mystery movie. I like mysteries. Like I said, that's why I'm doing mystery month because I do enjoy mystery movies. And it centers around excuse me. So this movie centers around it's set in the 30s and it follows three friends who witness a murder, become suspects themselves, and uncover one of the most outrageous plots in American history. Which is all accurate in terms of synopsis here. That's very accurate. What you see is what you get in terms of the um excuse me. In terms of the plot synopsis. This movie is directed by David O. Russell, who himself is an accomplished director. Yeah, so and with the screenplay by him as well, distributed by 20th Century Studios. It did have a theatrical run back in October of 2022. It was released October 7th, as a matter of fact. Again, like I said, I wanted to see this movie when it came out in theaters, just solely based on the cast alone, right? Um, yeah, I just couldn't believe they had so many people in this movie. Like when I saw the trailer, I was like, yo, Mike Myers, Chris Rock, like and I was like, dang, Taylor's in, Margot Robbie, dang, Robert De Niro. I was like, dang, all these people in this movie, like it's gotta be lit. And so with that said though, it was okay. It was fine. This is definitely a movie that does move a little bit slow sometimes. It's not as explosive. Um it's not as explosive as you would think it would be with so many of these actors and high profile names attached to it. Um, and it does get a little jumbled a little bit. So of course, this movie kind of starts off with you pretty much get like what led up to uh the murder in question, right? You kind of see what leads up to it because you got Christian Bale who plays. Hold on, let me get these character names. I don't be really like remembering. He plays a character called Bert Baron. I'm about to Berensden. Berensden. I don't know. He Bert, right? He plays a character named Bert. Y'all know I can't pronounce nothing, yo. Um. All right. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I get these characters' names right. So it is based. So not oh yeah, interesting thing is that allegedly this is based on a true story or has a lot of the things in this movie actually happen, which they do put it in the beginning of the movie, like a lot of these things really happened. Um, as to what's true and what's not true, I haven't really done my research in that. But Christian Bale, he plays Bert, who was a doctor and a war veteran, and he kind of has like his own. He kind of has a practice where he's like making like different medicines or something like that. To kind of yeah, he's kind of like making like different medicines and stuff to that kind of I guess you could say they kind of serve as a basis for the types of pain medicines and stuff we get today. Here's a glass eye. Is a very interesting character that you get there, and he gets contacted by an old friend of his named Harold Woodman, who's played by John David Washington. Who he's a lawyer, also a war veteran. They both served in the army together, and so they're there to kind of they get contacted to do like well he gets contacted to do an autopsy on Mr. Meekins, who is Elizabeth Meekins' father. Elizabeth Meekins, like I said, daughter of Bill Meekins, whatever. And so pretty much while all that stuff is going on, she's like, I need to find out what happened to my this Elizabeth Meekins character in this movie. She's like, oh, I need to find out what happened to my father. And, I know if you guys can do the autopsy, you can figure out what really happened because he didn't just die of natural causes. So they do end up finding out. And then all of a sudden she's killed. And that pretty much once it gets to that point, that's where the chain of events kind of set off. And it's kind of a bit convoluted, the things that happen after that. But in terms of the movie, that's where they go into a flashback. You see where Bert and hold on, y'all know I'll be forgetting stuff. Where Bert, Harold, and Valerie, who was a nurse played by Margot Robbie, who was also in the army with Bert and Harold. You find out how they all bonded together, and Valerie and Harold they fall in love, and it's just it and this is only a small percentage of the movie that I'm explaining, right? Like this is all, and this is a 2 hour and 14-minute long movie. And what I've explained is probably about maybe the first hour of the movie. Um, and it's a lot that happens, but it's like not a lot. Like when you realize, okay, wait, so that all just happened there and nothing really like it's a very interesting movie. I will say that. The mystery behind who actually killed because they got framed. So Bert and Harold get framed for the murder of Taylor Swift's character, which Taylor Swift's character is the Elizabeth girl I was saying. So it's and you kind of see her death like they do show it in trailers. Like when you watch the trailers, Taylor Swift is her character Elizabeth. She's the one who gets run over by the car. So it's they dive into that trying to figure out who did that, and it turns into, like I said with the synopsis, it turns into this bigger plot of people trying to essentially use politics to take over, right? Um, and it's very interesting. I mean, I could sit here and try to tell y'all the whole plot of the movie, but y'all already see how I kind of was all over the place with the beginning of this, and so then trying to get into it more. Um, I would say just because I don't want to try to go through it, I would say if you want to, you can watch it. I'll kind of get to my rating a little later. Um, but yeah, so one of the things that I definitely noticed watching this movie is that, as I mentioned earlier, and as I'll probably continue to mention through this review, they have so many actors, so many celebrities in this movie that you would think, well, how does everyone get balanced? How does everyone get screen time? Or is anyone given a shorter role than anyone else? Yes, people are given shorter roles, but to answer the screen time question, because I thought this was really interesting when I noticed it, it's like whenever a new character comes on screen and they're all played by like these bigger actors, like there's a perfect example, Rami Malik. Rami Malik, I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, but there's a part where his character comes on screen, and this movie does this with more than just his character, but his is like where I really start to notice it. So like his on-screen introduction, he's giving the dialogue, he's talking, and the camera's on him, just him. But then someone will be talking, like he'll be talking to Christian Bale's character. Christian Bale's character be talking, having whole dialogue, but the camera is on Rami Malik, and he's talking. He's like, "Yeah, and I saw you wake up here in my house," and then you'll hear the dialogue, but it'll be on him, so you're hearing the other character go, "Yeah, and I woke up here," and the whole time just interesting. I see. Like it does that with so like Anya Taylor Joy, her character. They do that with her character. Like the camera focuses on these actors as they are introducing the film, and it doesn't really do like a shot. Like a lot of it would have helped if they did a shot or it was like a two shot, or if it went back and forth between the person talking and the person listening and something like that, like how they would typically do in a movie anyway. And it's like, nah, we gotta give everybody equal amount of screen time, right? It's like Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's something I noticed. Like I said, it's just something I noticed, and I was like, wow, okay, they really want you to know that this actor's here, and this actor's really getting all his screen time or her screen time. So, Mike Myers, like I say, he's in this, and his role. I say the person who has the smallest role, and I'm not even kidding when I say this, is Taylor Swift. Like swiftly she comes and swiftly she goes. I'm sorry, I had to make that joke. But yeah, no, she has the shortest role in the movie. Um, Mostly because her character dies, but it's like when you see all the other characters in there, it's like she has the shortest, and then Chris Rock has the second shortest. But Chris Rock gets more screen time than Taylor Swift. And I know it's like, well, that's a no-brainer. Chris Rock has been doing this for years, but it's like, I don't know. Some people, I don't know, like I wouldn't have thought that um I just wouldn't have thought that that would have been the case. Anya Taylor Joy gets a lot of like all these other people get a lot of screen time. It's like once Taylor Swift is out of the movie, she's out of the movie. Like that's it. And like I said, that happens within like the first hour. Taylor Swift's character dies. So it's like the rest of the movie is like you got everybody else showing up. But like I said, small thing, small thing. But I mean, other than that, though, like it is good. Like I said, the mystery aspect of this, it doesn't really start to pick up a lot of steam until you come from that flashback. And I'll say probably like another 10 minutes after that, 10, 15 minutes after that. It took me 3 times to watch this movie in its entirety because every time I watched it, I fell asleep on it. Not a knock at the movie though. I was tired. Um, I got a crazy schedule, so I was a little tired. But when I finally got up to when I finally saw it all the way through, I kind of made it up to the part where I woke up the first time I watched. I was like, oh dang, this last half of this movie was this, like that's all this was. Like again, not bad, not a bad thing or nothing, but excuse me. But it was just I don't know. I'm trying to think like if it was anything else that stuck out about this film. Like I said, the performances were great. But in all honesty, because I'm about to start getting down to the rating part of this. In all honesty, though, it was a little bit of a slow burn. Like a real like it was like I know people who saw this movie and they were like, nah, it was boring. And I can see where they said it was boring at. Like, because after a while, it's one of those where you kind of really kind of just you gotta pay attention a little bit, but you don't really have to. Like, they could have took that whole flashback scene out. They could have took a lot of stuff that happened in that first hour out. Like this movie, like I said, it's 2 hours and 14 minutes long. They could have took 20 minutes out of this film and you would have gotten the point. You would have gotten the point of what was going on because a lot of like, especially with that flashback, like the flashback, it does help you flesh out the characters. You see the different relationships and stuff like that, but it's just something about the way that it's paced and the way that I don't know, something that's just like, okay, yo, I don't know if you're being artistic. I don't know if you're just trying to get by your screen time, but I don't know. And in terms of if it's based on a true story, um, so okay, so Amsterdam, I'm reading this here from this article. Amsterdam is loosely based on something that most Americans don't know about the business plot. The business plot is a piece of U.S. history that is all but lost in the history books about a coup to overthrow President Franklin D. Roosevelt. And they do show actual footage though from the event in question. They do show actual footage at the end of the movie about the event in question, and it makes a lot of sense. It's like a political mystery type of thing, but it's like it is interesting. It is interesting on that front, and you know, it does have its the movie has its ups and it has its downs. Rating wise, it has a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb. I can see why it has a 33% because it is kind of like I said, it's a little bit of a slow burn. The talent involved is good, but at the same time, it's just like, okay. Matter of fact, here's a general consensus of the critic ratings. It says Amsterdam has a bunch of big stars and a very busy plot, all of which amounts to painfully less than the sum of its dazzling parts. That is perfect. That is the most perfect way to say it about this movie. It has all of its great talent, and the plot is very busy. So it's like it doesn't necessarily stop, but it's just like it doesn't really hit the height that you think it would hit with this many people in there. So I don't know. Me personally, and like I said, the mystery aspect of it's okay. It's fine. Like I actually, while I was watching this, no joke, while I was watching this, I was like, am I sure this is a mystery movie? I was like, I don't want to review this, and this isn't a mystery movie. I was gonna change if the genre of this movie. I kid you not. When I googled it, just to make sure that this was a mystery movie, if it didn't say mystery crime, I was going to change the movie because I was like, there's no point in me talking about this if this is not a mystery movie this month. I can wait, but it's a mystery crime. Classified as a mystery and a crime movie, so that's why I stuck with it. This is rated R, but it's like no nudity, no sex or anything. It's mostly language and a little bit of violence. So, but overall, I give this movie out of 5 stars. I give it about 3 out of 5 stars. And I thought about that all day. I was like, yeah, I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Like I say, it's if you like seeing the talent, some of the talent involved in it, it's really good. It's really nice to watch. But outside of that, it's like, you know, it's fine, I guess. I mean, give it a check out. I mean, give it a watch. It's on HBO Max, and on I think on Hulu as well. Definitely give it a watch. And I mean, if you can make it past the first hour, which includes that flashback scene, if you can make it past the first hour, you might as well just finish it. That's how I feel about it. You might as well just finish it. You can make it past the first hour, you might as well finish it. Like I said, the performances are good. Do I have a favorite performance out of this all-star cast? I say I did enjoy seeing Mike Myers in this, but my favorite performance, it this sounds like a cop out, but it definitely is a three-way tie between John David Washington, Margot Robbie, and Christian Bale. They do have good chemistry together. Honestly, they do. They have great chemistry together. Christian Bale, he's a great performer. We already know that. John David Washington, I mean, I enjoy seeing him in things. This was a good role for him, I think. And Margot Robbie is always amazing as well. You know, and yeah, I mean, everybody gave their good performance in this. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the story wasn't the strongest. So I mean, yeah. So that's what I get. There are 3 stars out of 5. 3 out of 5 stars. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys tonight, though. Again, like I said, the movie's called Amsterdam. Check it out on HBO Max or on Hulu. I watched it on HBO Max though, so you know, yeah. Where is that? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Personal business. But yeah, so yeah, make sure you guys yeah, all right. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button down below if you enjoyed this review. Comment down below if you watched this. What did you think of this movie? And the podcast Slice Brick Wall will be on Twitch Thursday nights. So make sure you guys check that out. Check out BrickWall Anime. BrickWall Anime is back. I forgot to say that at the top of this show. BrickWall Anime is back. So make sure you guys tune into that. The review was on Erased. So make sure you guys check that out. Show us some love. Hit the like down below. Comment on what animes you want to do next. And all in all, until next time, guys, you all stay easy, stay breezy. Peace.